YouTube, what are we doing here? NBA Friday. The slate is crazy. We got a lot of games to cover. Just want to start off with saying congrats to those who tailed my Thursday night football parlay. We cashed 6 for 6. I went on my picks. I'll show that to you now. And yeah, let's get into the NBA. All right. First, we're going to look at the Cavs versus the Bulls. We got Jalen Tyson. Donovan Mitchell might not play because of an illness that he had last game, which still dropped 30 something, I think 30 points. So, it is what it is. I don't know if he's going to play. It's going to affect the lines. Yes. Is it going to affect some potential opportunities for scoring for other players? Yes. But we're going to take a look at Jalen Tyson's rebounds. The matchup is 18th. It's a neutral matchup. I think Jalen Tyson is pretty solid for about 5 rebounds. Should be around minus 200 for a parlay. I like that a lot. We're going to take a look. As you can see, in the past couple matchups, they've allowed the shooting guards to go over their line majority of the time. So I like this matchup for Jalen Tyson. We can also look at Jalen Tyson, I believe, for his assists. No, his PR. Now, if Donovan Mitchell does not play, I like his PR play here for 20. I think 20 might be a solid pick for the value, probably around minus 200 also for a parlay. You're going to take it straight. Obviously, you take him for his line, 22. I like that a lot also. Points allowed versus shooting guards is 26. It's a favorable matchup. So I like Jalen Tyson tonight. That's definitely one of my picks. We're going to take a look at Josh Giddey. I think Josh Giddey, he had a good game against them last time they played, which was honestly a couple days ago, right? Yeah, it was yesterday. And yeah, so I think that he might. I know he shot well from 3. Yeah, he had 5 threes. I don't know if he's going to have 5 threes again, but I do like him for, let's take a look at his rebounds. I do like him for his rebounds also. Let's take a look. Yeah, he had 11 rebounds. Crazy work. Taking for 7, taking for 8. The matchup for rebounds is favorable. Oh, no, not favorable. The second, yet he still got 11. So when you look at the matchups, let's take a look. Trey Jones, KJ Simpson, Bob Karen, CJ McCollum. I mean, we're talking about good point guards, right? Like when they play good point guards, they usually go over their line. So I like him for his rebounds. For his PRA, yeah, see, it's the assist, I believe, with him that killed me. Yeah, it's just 5 assists might be straight. You might want to take him for like 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and I don't know, what's his points line look like? It's tough with the points. He's up and down. 15 points? 15 points maybe to be safe. But I don't know. That's one potential read. We're going to look at DeAndre Hunter. Now, DeAndre Hunter is a sneaky one. They moved him back to the bench. But I do like DeAndre Hunter for his rebounds. I'm going to show you this hit rate. Okay, and it's pretty. Let's see. We don't want the under. We want over rebounds. Yeah, the man is pretty steady, and I like steady. So if the alt line, you want to take him for 3, you can take him for 4. But I mean, if you take him for 3 at whatever value it's at in a parlay, it's a safe leg to add on to it, I think. So DeAndre Hunter for 3 rebounds is a great hit rate. We can take a look at Colby White. Now, Colby White had a great game. I believe he hit a lot of threes as well. Let's take a look. He hit 3 threes. But the matchup for shooting guards is favorable. They allow a lot of threes. So I like him if it's plus money for 3, maybe take him for 2. But as you can see, if he's shooting well, he really only had 2 twice. So for 3, is it a risk? Yes. I don't know if I'd put it in a parlay, but it is a good play just to take for plus money for good value. Yeah, so on the Bulls side, if AO and Trey does not play, then we can take a look because they're questionable as well. We can take a look at Kevin Huerter. Huerter, is that how you say it? I don't know. For 2 threes, he has shot the ball very well off of, let me see his attempts. 8 attempts and 6 attempts because these players are not playing. So if they don't play again, I think for 2 is great value at minus 130. I think that's something I'll definitely be taking. I'm going to wait until later on to make this decision. But Kevin for 2 threes, I like that a lot. All right, let's move on to the next game. Let's move on to the Spurs and the Hawks. Obviously, we are looking at we're looking at Jalen Johnson. Yeah, we're looking at Jalen Johnson here. He is a absolute savage. Looking at Jalen Johnson for his rebounds. He rebounds the ball unbelievably well. Yeah, you could take this man for 10 rebounds. Let's take a look at the matchup versus small forwards. They're ranked second in the league, but head to head, he had 12 rebounds the last time they played. 12. So Jalen Johnson for his rebounds. You can, if he's plus money for 10.5, take him for 9. Be safe. Take him for 9. Put it in a parlay. Take him for 8. Put it in a parlay. I like that as well. Also, look at his PRA. I mean, just to take a look at his PRA. Jalen Johnson. We're going to take a look. Pretty consecutive across the board for 42. If you take the man for 38, is it the worst thing in the world? No. Is the value going to be there for 38? I wish it told me. Still too early. But 38, he is 80% in his last 10 games. And let's look at the matchup. Not really the best matchup, but head-to-head, he dropped 45 PRA. All right. Now, obviously, there was no Wemby there, obviously. So, yeah, Wemby might be a factor, but Jalen Johnson, let's take a look. Let me see if it says. LeBron James crushes PRA against them. Wow, 42. Good for him. All right, that's a move, Jalen Johnson. We're going to take a look at, this is one of my probably better reads of the day. We're going to take a look at Vassell, okay? I like Vassell for some 3-pointers, okay? You got to understand the Hawks have a terrible, terrible, terrible defense around the perimeter. They have no Porzingis. Trae Young is back in the lineup tonight. He's not on the injury report, so that means he's probably going to play. He's a terrible defender, right? So for Devin Vassell, okay. Oh, wait. So for Devin Vassell, he has been shooting the ball really well. And basically, when Wemby's involved, he's going to be in the paint, looking to dish it out. They defend really horrible against catch and shoot players, and Vassell is just that guy. His minutes are going to be there. You can say the same thing, I guess, for the other shooters, right? You can say the same thing for Harrison Barnes. You can say the same thing for Champagnie. You can say the same thing for Harper. But Devin Vassell, I like. Look, this 3 threes is plus money. It's a great, great catch. He's going to have the minutes. He's going to have the usage. They're going to break down the defense. I believe the Hawks play a 2-3 zone, which they're going to allow a lot of threes. Let's take a look at the matchup. Yeah, look, it's a favorable matchup, 20th in the league. Yeah, last time they played, he had 3 threes as well. So if you take him for 2, it's still going to be good value. I still think he's going to be there on the perimeter as they break down that defense. Yeah. I mean, look, VJ Edgecombe had 4. Quentin Grimes, more green than red here. So I like that play a lot. Vassell for 2 threes, Vassell for 3 threes. We're going to take a look at, obviously, Luke Cornett. Now, listen, Luke Cornett is a player that I kind of never really like to bet on, but then when I see him, I'm like, why didn't I bet on him for his rebounds and some easy opportunities around the basket? I think that I think that with their defense of the Hawks, they allow a lot of points in the paint. They are terrible for points in the paint. I'm gonna have to type in his name at this program. I gotta start using prop madness. I gotta because this is not it. All right, Cornette. Let's take a look for. I don't know if it tells you where he scores most of his points, but I do like him for his points and rebounds. We're gonna look at the matchup. Take a look at that. 22nd most points allowed to centers in the paint, and the rebounds, they're not great. So I still think Wemby might not be completely fully back with his minutes. So this might be a really good play here because Luke Cornett does drop buckets in the paint. I don't know if it's going to show me where. No. Well, look at this. They allow Embiid, Drummond, Stewart, Vucevic, Jokic, obviously, Zubac. Valanciunas just doesn't get the time, but look, he was right there. He was also right there, and he was also right there. So what does that tell you? You want to be safe. You're going to take Luke Cornett for 12 PR if you can on an alt line. Take it for 12 PR. I like this play a lot. Next one we're going to look at. We're going to take a look at. Obviously, Stephen Castle. You can take Stephen Castle for 5 rebounds, 15 points, and 5 assists. I like him for 25 PRA. His line is now insanely juiced. RIP to the days of Stephen Castle's line at 25.5. Those days are gone. His line is now, for PRA we're talking about, just to be clear. His line is now 30.5. Yeah, so, yeah. Easy cash now gone. But it's okay. We're going to keep it moving. I still like it for 28 PRA. That I will take. Over his last 28 PRA. He never really had 25, did he? 26 last game. 26 the last game. And they were ranked 30th in the league. That was at Washington. They kind of blew him out. Take it for what it's worth. Stephen Castle, 28 PRA. You heard it here. Also an interesting play for the. I'll show you an interesting play, which I don't really like this, but on the Hawks, Okongwu for under rebounds. I hate taking unders. I hate doing this, but look at this. So he's got a very, very favorable matchup. Okay, they rank 7th in the league at giving up rebounds in general, 6 to centers. Porzingis is out. He does see more opportunities, but look how often he goes under his line of. Let's just say it's 7.5 is his line. He barely hits that. Barely. And on easy matchups, look at this. An easy matchup, he had 23rd. Let's just say it's a tough matchup. Easy matchup, he went over. Tough matchup, you see the opponent rank is 4. Almost, 10th is pretty, but he went over that game. Didn't go over that game with the opposing team. Easy matchup, he went over. He still went under with an easy matchup, and he still went under in an easy matchup. So if this is going to be another tough matchup, I like the odds for him going under 8 rebounds, okay? If you like unders. I don't, but I think this is a good play. We're going to take a look at Dylan Harper before we move on. I've got to show you Dylan Harper. I like him for his threes also. I got to show you some stats here. Dylan Harper has been shooting out of his mind. His attempts have been absolutely crazy. I feel like they think they found their secret weapon. Look at his 3-point attempts. This is all you need to see. Where's his 3-point attempts? 3-pointers made. See, why does it do this with the under? I just want to look at the man's stats. I just want to look at the man's overstats. Why can't it just show me everything I want to see? Jesus, 3 points made. Where the 3-point attempt? Jesus, I hate this program. I gotta get rid of it. All right. Anyway, 5 3-pointers. We're gonna take a look. Is the 3-point attempts? Okay. So look at that. He had 7 attempts and made 5. He had 5 attempts and made 3. 5 attempts and made 1. I like him for 2 threes because it's plus money. The guy's shooting 7 attempts. Now let's take a look at the matchup versus shooting guards. It's a favorable matchup. They allow 3-pointers. So again, this is another thing where they're going to be breaking down the defense to a terrible Atlanta Hawks defense, passing it out. I think this is a good play for plus money, good value. All right, let's take a look at the Knicks. Couple plays I like for the Knicks. Obviously, there's a lot of injuries. There was a shit show game versus the Pacers. I can't believe it was that close. Yeah, so obviously we're going to take a look at Paul George. The Knicks are honestly horrible also at defending the 3. They do allow a lot of threes to spot up shooters. And all right, we got to get rid of this. Okay, let's take a look. He's also been shooting the ball well the past 2 games, I believe. Oh, there's no Paul George doesn't exist to Outlier. Wow. This program is dog shit. Sorry, Outlier. All right. Paul George for 2 threes like that. Let's look at VJ Edgecombe. Does he exist? Oh, he does. No Bruh. Bro, what do you mean, bruh? Does Tyler Kolek exist? Bruh. Players. Kolek. Tyler Kolek doesn't exist in the world. They disappeared him. Let's see if Jordan Clarkson exists. Bruh. All right. Jordan Clarkson, 2 3-pointers. Okay, he has been. I don't know. I saw if you watch the interview after the NBA Cup, the Amazon Prime lady who announces. I forgot her name, but she was just like, "How does it feel to have the green light from 3?" If you watch that Pacers game, that man shot the 3 ball like it didn't like he'd never shoot that 3 ever again. His attempts were crazy. I wish I can show you. I will be, for Christmas, hopefully I get Props Madness. I need it. But Clarkson for 2 threes. I like Tyler Kolek for 15 PRA. Yeah, when you look, let's just take a look at this. Let me see if I type in the next. Yeah, they don't even have, look, it's like the game does I have to wait to a certain time? Jesus Christ. Yeah, VJ Edgecombe for 2 threes as well. He's going to be projected to play 40 minutes, VJ Edgecombe. So also look at him for 4 rebounds. Yeah, and after that, maybe Dante DiVincenzo for his PRA and possibly Rudy Gobert. I hate saying that because he has screwed me so many times, but he does rebound well against OKC. So that being said, if you take Rudy for his rebounds, 10 might not be, I think as long as 10, that might be a good play as well. Look that up. Again, guys, thank you for staying tuned to the whole video. I wish I didn't have this technical difficulty. I wish I could show you everything. I will be changing it, I promise. Stick with me, comment, subscribe to the channel if you can. Help me grow. Thank you for staying the whole time and watching. Good luck. Comment if you win. I'm out.